When we first got married, Joey married into me, and I had 2 little girls. And I married into
me and a 3-year-old boy who had hair, and his name was Rufus.
a dog.
When I first moved to Nashville, I worked at a farm, and Rufus was born on this farm. And he went everywhere with me. I took him to the grocery store, I took him to the mall, I took him to the feed store. He went and fed cows and horses with me every day when I worked at the farm. And then I left there, and he still went everywhere with me, so he was by far my companion. He had these golden eyes that just looked like they spoke to you. Like he knew exactly what I was saying. And whenever you talked to him, he just kind of turned his head and look at you in a way that you knew he was understanding what you were saying.
He was like a person. When he looked at her, he was watching every nuance of her, and he seemed to know every thought that she had. And they were not just inseparable, but I'd been around people with dogs before, and I'd had a dog before, but I'd never seen a relationship like Joey had with Rufus. It was one of the most powerful love stories I'd ever seen.
Well, Rufus went on tour with us quite a bit. We couldn't fly him anywhere because he was too big. But when we had the bus out, he was on the road with us, and he had his own bunk in the bus. And when it was time to go to bed, he'd just go over there and curl up in his bunk and go to sleep. We were out on the road. We were on the West Coast, actually, and we were on a tour with Zach Brown, and we were in San Jose, California, and Rufus went to go get in his bunk that evening, and he went to get in, and he yelped, and he cried out, and I thought, well, he never cries out. I mean, he's like the toughest dog in the whole world. He couldn't even hardly stand up, and he couldn't even hardly come to the door. I was just devastated. And we all got to say our goodbyes, and our daughter Heidi, she came in from Nashville, and we got to say goodbye to Rufus, and we just put him down.
When Joey and I met and I got to know Rufus, I knew that if anything ever happened to him, it was going to be really, really hard on Joey, and it was. And so that next year, it was a tough year. She had a hard time getting through it. It wasn't just like losing a pet. It was like losing a true family member. And I think there were times you didn't think you were going to get through it, and she did, of course.
Yeah. Well, it's that first time for everything. You know, the first time you come home and he's not there.
But then a year went by, and we were in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I asked Joey, enough time had gone by, so I found another puppy online, and I must have just caught her at the right time, and she was ready to give a chance to another puppy. He was a rescue. He had been wandering the streets, and he was maybe about 10 weeks old, and they said he was a Border Collie, Australian Shepherd mix, and that's something that we were thinking about because we wanted him to be able to do well here on the farm. And we named him Ranger. He immediately became a big part of our lives. He didn't take Rufus's place, but he started filling a little bit of an empty spot that she had and that I had.
Well, I was born in a back alley about a year ago. My mama was a stray like me. Where she is now, I don't know. I've been chased and I've been yelled at. I've lived most of my life in fear. But you can call me lucky since I wound up here. Choose me. I'm a good dog, I don't bite, and I'd love to fall asleep beside your bed every night. Choose me. I'm looking for a home, and I'd be the best friend you've ever known. Wait and see. Choose me.
second day we had him home, I got a video camera out and I shot some footage of him running around right here in the yard and also chasing some balls inside the house, and it was so cute.
Well, first thing when I wake up every morning, I lick my owner's face a time or two. Then he's up and across the floor, running for the door. He knows too well what I need to do. Go in the grass, in the grass. I do my business, friend, and then bury it fast. Some might just let her go, but you know I got more class. I go in the grass, in the grass. Now when I was just a little baby puppy, on the floor I left.
Well, some of the ways that Ranger is similar to Rufus is he's got these eyes that are very similar to Rufus's.
People eyes.
He's got people eyes. You look at him and you know there's something there, and he understands what you're saying. The eyes are definitely there, and just loaded with personality.
And another way he's like Rufus is he loves Joey. He likes me, but he loves Joey. They're inseparable, and he just stands at her feet wherever she goes. He wants to be right next to her all the time, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Ranger is a happy, happy puppy, but there's one thing he doesn't like.
Going to the vet.
Going to the vet. I woke up this morning, couldn't eat a bite. Steak bone in my bowl, it's been sitting there all night. Been sick to my stomach ever since I got the bad news. I got those low down scary trip to the veterinary blues. I had to go in last summer for a distemper shot. They stuck me in the hind leg, but that wasn't all I got. They checked me for a fever, and it wasn't no oral thermometer they used. I got those low down scary trip to the veterinary blues. I got this Labrador buddy who did some time in the pound. Said they got this procedure that'll slow a dog down. You go in singing bass, feeling studly and tough. Come out soprano, boys, that's a rough. There's this poodle down the block I've been sneaking off to see. What's she gonna say if they go nipping on me? They ain't used the word neuter, but they've been dropping some heavy, heavy clues. I got those low down scary trips to the veterinary blues. Come back, Ranger. It's just a song. What a great time this has been, honey.
This has been a fabulous time.
Sure has. What's important to you?
Well, opening the windows and letting in air, holding hands when we're saying a prayer. That's important
Yes,
to
it
me. Yeah, that's important to me.
Y'all don't forget about what's most important in your life.
I'm Joey.
And I'm Rory. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you'll watch again next week, same time, same place, here on RFD TV.